And first at 5, a judge is giving Corrine Brown more time to learn what her sentence will be. A lot of you talking about this story on social media. The former U.S. Congresswoman is scheduled to be in court Thursday for a sentencing hearing. She was convicted in May on 18 counts of mail, wire, and tax fraud.
Yeah, that's right, Anthony. We've learned that the judge plans to announce his final decision at a later date, 10 days, in fact, after Thanksgiving, which is December the 4th. First Coast News' Julia Janae is live downtown at the federal courthouse. And Julia, is Brown expected to testify during her sentencing hearing?
Heather, it's likely that she will. Her defense attorney, James Smith, has said that they plan to bring a dozen witnesses to testify on her behalf during these proceedings. And while Brown may be one of the first federal congresswomen or congresswomen that are facing federal charges and facing federal prison time, she's not one of the first people on Capitol Hill to have their freedom in the hands of a federal judge.
It is not over.
Corrine Brown's 18-count federal conviction carries a maximum sentence of 20 years in prison. But federal sentencing guidelines give a judge leeway when handing down a sentence. U.S. prosecutors told Judge Tim Corrigan in a pleading that other former members of Congress are no strangers to prison sentences of up to 13 years. Like former House member William Jefferson of Louisiana, he began serving his 166-month sentence in 2012. For taking $400,000 in bribes. Last month, a judge ordered his immediate release on appeal pending a new trial. Last year, former Congressman Shaka Fatah of Pennsylvania was sentenced to 10 years for stealing charity funds. But there are several penalized politicians whose sentences were well below the decade mark. 75-year-old Dennis Hastert, former U.S. House Speaker, served 13 months of his 15-month sentence. Hastert was convicted of bank fraud connected to his cover-up of child molestation from 30 years earlier. He was released in July. Jesse Jackson Jr. spent the majority of his 30-month sentence in a federal prison camp. He pleaded guilty in 2012 to misusing campaign funds. And Rick Renzi of Arizona served 36 months after being sentenced in 2013 to federal prison for corruption and racketeering charges. The 59-year-old completed his sentence in January of this year.
Now, again, those sentencing hearings for both Ronnie Simmons and Carla Wiley, who are connected to Brown in these proceedings, they are going forward on Wednesday starting at 10 a.m. and that sentencing hearing for Corrine Brown Thursday at 10 a.m. here at the federal courthouse. For now, reporting live downtown, Julia Janae, First Coast News on your side.